109 out, not too bad. It's gonna get hotter. But if you notice, there's not a single car here because most people don't have an extreme mist to keep them cool. So everyone's at home or in the pool right now, and I get to go hiking and have all these fabulous trails to myself. Now I get to gear up with my ExtremeMist PCS hiking pack. It's full of water. We're gonna go ahead and take this hike. It's a beautiful day. This is the front of the pack. It's my mist nozzle set up, ready to go. Here's my drink system and my remote control. When I turn this on, it's going to go to a medium speed to prime it. Then I'm going to turn it way down to the lower speeds, and that's where I want to be. And now we'll begin our hike, and I'm going to stay cool enough to be out here in 110, no problem. There's a bit of a breeze. It's changing directions from time to time. So I want to twist my ExtremeMist towards the breeze, whichever way it's blowing, so it blows back at me. Right now I'm aiming the nozzle up a little bit, so I'm breathing that into my face, but not so much as I get it onto my glasses. It's a nice ice cold mist hitting me, and it's sometimes hitting my legs, which is kind of a treat, but most of it's concentrated around here and around my neck. When I'm going uphill, I'm aiming the nozzle up, and it's hitting me more direct about into here, and I'm breathing that in, and I'm cooling from the inside as well as the outside as I breathe it. It's also helping me get rid of any dry throat I might have, and again, keeping it on the lower speeds. And I'm making plenty of adjustments. So I'm going downhill, I'm aiming it down. So I'm descending into the fog. Uphill, aim it up. Side to side, depending on which way the wind's coming from. The more that you use the ExtremeMist, the better you get at making these small tweaks, these little adjustments, to try to utilize more of the mist instead of losing it to the atmosphere. That's why if you turned it up too high, you'd have to be Superman to catch up to the mist, because you're at the mercy at that point of the elements. So you want it to be a heavier droplets, not as quite atomized. And then I'm getting sprinkled instead of being fogged. And that's what I'm doing on the low speeds. And that works perfect. So I'm always walking into this. It's always in front of me. Whether I'm hiking, running, cycling. And the faster I go on my stride, I get more of it, because again, it's not spraying out here as far in the elements before I catch up to it. It comes with an extra nozzle head. That's a larger one, which I had on, a 0.02 millimeter. And I just changed it out to a 0.15 millimeter, just to save a little water, because I may be out here a little longer than I anticipated. I've now changed directions, and the wind is directly to my back. So I've adjusted the mist nozzle up so it comes right in front of my face, because if I point it out, the wind's going to carry it because it's pushing it in front of me, and I won't get as much on me. So I want to keep it as close as possible without hitting my glasses, and it's moving about me a little bit. So again, depending on the conditions, you have to make minor adjustments to get the full benefit out of it. You could just leave it on and go about your way, but it's not going to be as effective. So a little interactive tweaking with it, and it's going to keep you nice and cool for hours. The battery, by the way, on the speeds I'm at right now, I'm getting up to 12 hours off a charge. This hike is relatively flat. And I'm doing this because I wanted to test out the mist system in the heat. Extreme heat. And for extreme heat, you need extreme mist. And that's allowing me to be out here without any problems whatsoever. I'm really staying cool. My arms are actually getting chilly from where I get hit a little more direct from time to time with the mist system. Just give you an idea, here's the thermometer. It's reading above 120 degrees laying down here in the sand, just setting it here. So it's pretty warm out, but again, my mist is keeping me cool. It dropped down to about 80 when I put it up near the mist. It's dropping it considerably, the temperature directly in front of my face. As comfortable as it is right now, I haven't even broken a sweat except maybe a little bit on my forehead under the rim of my cap. But don't forget to drink as well. Always put more in you than on you. So the ExtremeMist system is really working great. But I do have to say, it's not like walking into a 50-degree air-conditioned room. I'm not going to lie to you about that. And it's over 110 out here, but I'm comfortable. I'm not sweating. I'm doing really well, actually. If I didn't have this, I'd be in a little bit more trouble. I'm sure my heart rate is 120 beats per minute, according to my Apple Watch. And I feel great. And I'm staying cool. I'm breathing it in. But again, it's not like stepping into an ice cold freezer, but it certainly takes the edge off. A bandana, second most important piece of gear I carry. Always try to find one of the made in America soft bandanas that are absorbent. They can be used for head covering like I'm wearing it, for filtering water, for first aid, for just a myriad of things. So always carry bandanas with you. Also wiping off your glasses if you do end up getting a bit of a mist on it. But so far this whole trek today, I feel some of the mist now hitting me up here. You can see where the nozzle's aimed, and it's just not a problem. And I know a lot of people are concerned about that. A couple more words of wisdom. On a hot day, don't dress like I'm dressed. Cover up with a very light, breathable fabric, not cotton, not out in this heat, a synthetic that'll wick the moisture away from your skin, but still protect you from the harsh sun rays. I know it seems like a bit of an oxymoron, but the more you cover up, the cooler you'll actually stay. And it retains a lot of your moisture, so you're not going to dehydrate near as fast. There's quite a few different fabrics on the market now, and there's shirts that actually reflect the sun's rays. There's also hats that a company in Scottsdale, Arizona is making. It reflects the sun back off your head, so it doesn't get near as hot. So there's a lot of other tricks you can do to complement your ExtremeMist. Look into all the different cooling techniques that are out there. I've used all the cooling towels and things, and while those might be okay for just short things, construction workers, something like that, where they have access to plenty of water to keep putting water into it, or some of these cooling vests, if you're out here in this type of weather for any length of time, you just won't have enough water. It'll dry itself out too quick, and it's going to be kind of useless for you at that point. So that was about an hour, 6 minutes. I just want to see how much water I used up drinking and misting. So here's how much water I still have left. I only used about a third of it. maybe a quarter, not a whole lot. And I actually had it on high a little bit for the camera, but we did really good on water. So I could have been out there for 2 hours, no problem, with plenty of drinking water and misting. It's not going to be me today, because I've got extreme mist on and I'm staying nice and cool and hydrated. Sorry, buddy.